Hi traders, in today's video I am going to show you how to backtest an MT5 EA. It is simple, but I am getting feedbacks, many good feedbacks about my last video that I made a few years ago about backtesting, and for most traders who are beginners, it is very useful to know everything before they start. And I can really say it is true, because there are things that you can fail at when you are backtesting, and even though it seems very simple, there are some very important factors. First of all, we have, like, if you just have the chart here, we have the view menu above, and there you should select strategy tester. Now, the most important thing is to choose your EA that you want to backtest. Very simple. We have the drop-down menu, and here you can actually just test any EA you want. I am now going to test the Leopard EA, and the new one that I actually published finally last week, and you can still get it with the discount for a couple of days. Check it out. It is 40% off. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the Leopard EA in this video, but so yeah, you chose the EA. Then you should choose which currency, commodity, index, or cryptocurrency you want to test the EA on. You can choose any of it, but as a pro tip, because in this video I want to tell you some pro tips as well, always check if your broker has good data on it. So for example, just before we are doing anything, I'm just going to do a very quick test. A very quick test to see what is our data quality. So we have 99% data, which is very good. So we don't have to really choose another broker for this particular asset, because many times you are testing, and it is one of the most important things in backtesting. So it is a very important step, because if you are testing with low quality data, with errors and stuff, with like 80% is already pretty bad. So above 90%, you should choose a data above 90%. The best is 99 or 100% tick data. Now, the next step is to choose from the time frame. You can choose from 1 minute up to the monthly chart, and it depends what are you looking for in your trading robot, what you want to test. Here we are going to test the 15-minute time frame. You can just click on it, any of it, and it is going to test that. You can also check all the stuff, like sessions and like trading time, everything you want to check. So then you are going to choose, because I think most of the time it is like blank if you start from the beginning in testing, like something like this. So basically the whole history, that is usually very like bad quality. So, and also not recommended because the markets change so much. So just use custom period here, or the last year. You can choose the last year. It's automatically it's going to choose the last year if you just want to test for 1 year, around 1 year. But you can choose a custom period, and now I am going to test for around six years, whatever. Okay, and then in the next video, if you are interested, I am going to tell you all about forward testing if you want. Now we are not going to use forward testing, but I can show you. This is very important also. Then you should choose the delay, because most of the time traders are just letting it do the like zero latency, the execution. With many EAs, it is okay. For example, with trend traders, swing traders, like investor EAs, it's okay. But if you are trading with anything that is a little bit like more of a fast trader, like scalper, day trader, then it's better to use the last like server based ping. So you can test in a more realistic environment, which is very important. Okay, so here we are. Okay, now we have some modeling. Most EAs, like for example, my EA has almost the same result, like no meaningful differences basically on 1 minute OHLC and every tick. But of course, if you want to be a really pro, you can, and basically, if it's your final testing, you should test on every tick based on real ticks. It is going to consume a lot of storage. I just have to tell you this on your computer. Tick data is very like it's big data. So even though it's just these are just numbers and stuff, it can be up to 20 gigabytes. So yeah, if you want to download tick data, but it's absolutely necessary, so you should do it. But of course, if you are just testing for a couple of years, it's not that much, and without this you can't really test realistically. Then you should choose your deposit. Now it is very important because of course you are going to adjust your EA to your deposit, like your risks. If you have some dollar based risk settings, very important to choose this, and of course the currency as well. You have a couple, like euro, GBP, Swiss franc, ruble. You can choose the leverage as well. Let's just choose 1 to 50. Optimization is disabled currently because it's not an optimization, it is a backtest. So this is how it should look like. Then you go ahead in your EA, you have nice parameters all around that you can adjust, of course. For example, if you are testing the leopard based on my video, because why not, then you should test in a way that you want, because you want to see a certain result. So I'm going to test with a risk percentage on a $1,000 account with around 3% risk, or 3% risk, and maximum lot size of one lot. The other parameters I'm not going to adjust. News filter is not needed at this moment. So let's just start the test. Very important. You hit the start button after you set everything perfectly. Now it is going to download the history because I wanted to show you how it's done. And as I said, it can be like I have a good internet here, a few hundred megabit, but it is going to take a few minutes. And then I have some other tips for you about backtesting in MT5 that I'm going to show you, but these are the most important things. As you can see, if you have any question, just let me know. One other thing that I'm going to show you is that actually you can test with just purely like based on data that you are not seeing how the trades are turning out, or you can test if you are clicking on the visual mode. This means you are going to see all the trades that EA is doing along the way, which is a great this is just a great way to actually see what are your trades. You can check it out in a very slowly. So even with 5 years data, you can check it out like, I don't know, like maybe in an hour, but in a way that you are seeing every trade individually, because you can test much faster with visual mode, but I think then it really doesn't worth it. I recommend you to, if you want to see the visual mode, to really do it in a slower way to see the trades, so you can analyze the EA, how it is working. Yeah, yeah, we have 3% risk. Candlestick pattern bullish. Okay, we are going to see how it is turning. It is working with every tick based on real ticks. But I wanted to show you is that you have the equity and the balance, and it's very important in backtesting. It's also a pro tip to not just take a look at this like darker blue, but also this one as well, which is the green, because many EAs have this very nice, like completely upwards blue chart, which is only showing you the trades basically. And on the other hand, most EAs on the market are having this crazy green, like this kind of spikes, which this EA doesn't have because it has a fixed tight stop loss. But that means that the EA is, when you have these crazy green spikes, that the EA is holding trades in the negative, and it can blow your account anytime if you are not careful. So it is very important to look out for. If you have the blue and the green line in like very close to each other, that is the best way to trade. So it is also very important that I can tell you this. Okay, we have a pretty good result. Now let's see. The issue is that now, as you can see, we have a lower quality of tick data. So we are going to go back. I just wanted to show you that, yeah, it is good to test with the every tick based on real ticks, but with many currencies, even at Pepperstone, which has pretty cutting edge tick data to test with, it is not always the best quality with every tick based on real ticks. On the other hand, most of the time the every tick data is very good quality, and you should check if you don't have a huge difference between the every tick and the every tick based on real ticks data. But you should, in my opinion, you should test it both, because, and most of the time the every tick data is actually enough based on my personal testing, huge amount of testings that I've done. Basically, at this point, tens of thousands of EA's algorithms. So, and yeah, there are some algorithms that you can't really test with every tick or everything based on real ticks, because they are just too slow, the code is not efficient. That's their problem. But most of the times with the efficient codes, the every tick is pretty good and it has much better quality, but you should check both. So I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, it is going to have some great, yeah, 99% tick data quality, very good. Let's see. So we have around 800% gain. We have around 27% drawdown, and we have a profit factor of 2. We have a win rate of around 70%. We have around 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which with the 70% is pretty good. And we have a largest profitable trade, double the amount than the largest loss trade. Very good sign. Always look at this parameter. Also a pro tip, the third one, I think. So usually, even before I am taking a look at anything, just don't, I don't want to waste time. I just take a look at this section, because if you see that, for example, the largest profitable trade is 7 times, or the largest loss trade is 7 times the largest profitable trades, you know that even though your win rate is like 99%, the EA itself is bad. It's not good. And also the average is very important as well. Many times I have seen EAs with, like, for example, like average profit trade is 10, in some EAs, and the average loss rate is like 1000. And like, man, even if you have almost 100% win rate, you are not winning overall. So take a look at these. These should be somewhere like in a not in a crazy way. Like most of the times, let's say, if this amount, the average profit trade is around half than the average loss rate, that can be good if you have a good win rate. I would say if your largest profit trade is smaller than your largest loss trade in absolute, it is not good. You should have around 1-to-1 or bigger largest profitable trade at all times, even if you have the craziest win rate. It is just a pro tip. Also, the maximum consecutive wins, maximum consecutive losses. Many times, take a look at it. If you have a higher win rate, of course, you should absolutely have a larger amount of maximum consecutive wins. If you have a bigger risk to reward ratio, you can have a bigger like consecutive losses, like more amount, but be careful, because if you have 100 consecutive losses, you should think about your edge in trading. I hope this video was actually important and interesting for you, how to test. You can actually, of course, save the test, very important, in in Office, Microsoft Office, Excel, or HTML. You can analyze it with AI. I am going to make another video about it. You can also check things like average holding times, that is like 16 hours here, maximal holding time, because many times with scalpers, even though they are scalpers, you can actually see that the average, the average holding time is like 5 minutes, but the maximal holding time is like, I don't know, like 1,000 hours. And it's like, very interesting. Why? It is because they are holding the losing trades for a painful amount of time. So you should look out for that one. The minimum position holding time is 8 minutes. Very good. So yeah, these should all match with your strategy itself. Very important data. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, share it with your friends. Watch it multiple times. And leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Check out my robots in the description, and also the best VPS provider and best broker. I have affiliate links for them if you want to support the channel. And I'm actually using them for years, both of them, with many accounts. As you can see, just at Pepperstone, I have much more accounts than this. Actually, I maxed out the accounts now at Pepperstone and EC markets as well, which is crazy. I am going to make a video how I am managing a ton of accounts with robots, because it's also interesting. Ciao.